Guys, my name is Chuma. Welcome to my channel. And my channel is about me and having conversations with my dad. And my dad is God, the creator of heavens and earth. That is my dad. I've always called him dad. So I'm basically taking you into a journey of my life with God. And I know that it will assist you because I'm not going to Bible bash you. And at the same time, I don't want you to think that I'm a pastor or a preacher. I'm just my daddy's girl. That is all. And I want you guys to journey with me in this, where we get to explore different topics about life and the things that challenge us as youth, as females, as males, things that we're too uncomfortable to speak about in church setups, where we feel like our voices are not heard because there's certain protocol that needs to be followed. This is just a platform for us to get to express ourselves. And I want you guys to also be involved in the expressions of who we are. Because more than anything else, God is looking for mouthpieces that will speak love, that will speak encouragement, that will speak comfort, that will bring edification and exhortation and comfort to his people. That is all that God is looking for. And that is exactly what I want to do in this channel. And that's why I want everyone to be involved. I want you to be involved. I want you to speak the things that you feel like you can't speak about. We'll have an open discussion about all of those things that will speak into who we are, that will speak into life and how God is so involved in our everyday life. And that's what I want to highlight. I want to highlight that in all trials, tribulations, in all challenges that we are facing, God is so there. And sometimes we give him the back seat and he just wants to be so involved. So stay tuned and focus and let us have fun with our dad. There's a time in my life where I was feeling so overwhelmed by so many things concerning my life. And the one thing that I felt like God never understood was the feeling of drowning. When you feel like you're drowning in your own issues, drowning in the decisions that you make or you've made in life that has actually come out to reality, and the reality that you're living seems as if it is a nightmare. I was weeping in my office, crying, and I was like, God, I feel like you don't understand though. I feel like you don't understand how it feels like to be overwhelmed by everything. And one misconception that people have is that strong people are not allowed to fall apart. And if we do, those around us feel like they are also falling apart because we always have it together. But at that point in my life, I felt like I've hit a rock bottom. And I didn't understand why everything was unfolding the way it was unfolding. And God was like, okay, write down a list of all your emotions, word by word. So I wrote down, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling hurt, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I feel like everything is just, I feel like my walls are closing in on me. I feel trapped. So I wrote and I wrote and I wrote and I wrote. And then God was like, okay, let me answer emotion by emotion. And the one that he's speaking to me the most is the feeling of overwhelming, that feeling of drowning. And he explained it to me from his perspective. And I want to read what he said to me. He was like, okay, drowning. The topic is drowning. And he said to me, I also felt overwhelmed. Let's read Matthew chapter 26, verses 39. And it reads, he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, oh, my Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. When Jesus said, when he actually went and he fell on his face and he was crying, he was feeling the feeling of being overwhelmed by what he's about to encounter, by the whole of crucifixion. He knew exactly how it was going to make him feel. And at that point, the end goal wasn't apparent to him. What was apparent to him was that feeling of, this is too much. This is heavy on me. And I know I can't do it right now because my emotions are so real. And that's when he was saying to me, I understand exactly how you feel. And sometimes we treat God as though he's not relational. He can't relate. Yet Christ, when he was about to go on the cross, he felt exactly like me. He felt overwhelmed. He felt like the world was falling. He felt like he's about to carry the entire world on his shoulders. And he felt like saying, no, take it away, Dad. And then he was like, but let not be my will. So his will was against the greater will of God at that point in time. But because he knew that the end goal was me, the end goal was you, your salvation, your freedom, your redemption. He knew that you were more important than what he was going to encounter. So he basically said, I'm forging forward. He cried out to God twice because Matthew 26, verses 42. Again, a second time, he went away and prayed and said, Oh, my Father, if this cup cannot pass away from me unless I drink it, your will be done. So he felt the density. And I love how he said it to me. He was like, then I said it the second time, you must know that this time around, I felt like drowning, just like you. Oh, my Father, if this cup cannot pass away from me unless I drink it, your will be done. And he addresses me at that time as my little lamb. He was like, my little lamb, his will was done. Overwhelmed and all, his will was done. It was done for you, so we can share this beautiful relationship. So you can live in the truth of salvation. My love, grace, and mercy, his will was done for you, all for you. So you see, I know all too well the feeling of drowning and the feeling of being overwhelmed by any situation. When we were in Gethsemane, I felt like running away. I felt so overwhelmed by what I was going to face. But because the end goal was far more important than the current situation, I stayed, not alone. If I felt alone, I felt alone because the disciples slept. But I was in constant fellowship with the Father. I prayed all the time. I felt his presence and love all the time. And that is why I never drowned nor lost sight of the reason why I had to go through what laid ahead for me. One thing I love about your list of feelings is that in nowhere did you mention fear. Because had it been that you had fear inside of you, it would have been very difficult to have this conversation with you. Because fear keeps you distant, withdrawn, and not open to the truth. So when he was saying this to me, it made me realize that even though I was feeling overwhelmed, he sees me. Yeah, God sees me. He sees all of us. And sometimes when we need to see him in a grand scale of things, when we need to see him right there and then, that's when he's so subtle. That's when he's literally like a father or like a mother in the background who's like, you got this. I had it on the cross. You have it. You always have it. You have it. You've got it inside of you. I'm with you. I'll sort it out. He's always there. And I wouldn't be speaking like this had it been that it wasn't true. He gave me so much courage to actually say, I cannot avoid trouble. I cannot avoid problems. I cannot avoid trials and tribulations. I can't avoid all of that. But even if I can't avoid all of that, He's got me. I'm not going through this all alone. He's got me. And He understands. And He can relate. In so many ways than one, He can relate. Because it's not just me. There's so many other people which are calling out to Him in different circumstances all the time. When it comes to me, He's like, I've handled it before. Your story is no different. I will handle it again. And you're going to get to see the results that you deserve. That will make everyone stand and be in awe of who I am through you. And so I think the one thing that makes me not get over that discussion that me and Dad had about the feeling of being overwhelmed is the fact that I am still feeling overwhelmed. I am still feeling like the world is on my shoulders. Yet I know He's got it. He has taken it all away. But each and every day comes with its own challenges. And so hence why it resonates inside of me. Each and every day, that voice that I got you. I got you. No decision that you will make will I allow you to drown. So embrace the feeling, but don't dwell in it. See me in it. See me in the decisions that you're about to take because of the feeling that you're feeling right now. So I got you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Until next time. Bye.